position. Feel free to grab some oils if you'd like in between your hands. Rub them together and just take 3 deep inhales and 3 deep exhales. Next exhale, I invite you to take a mudra if you would like. If you're not familiar with what a mudra is, it's just a way that we arrange our hands to support certain flows of energy in our bodies. So this one is the Adhi mudra for grounding. You're going to take your thumb and you're going to wrap the 4 fingers over top of it. So your thumb will go into your palm, and then curl it over. Same one with the other hand, and let them rest on your knees. This indicates power, it indicates grounding, it indicates stability, safety, security. So really feel that in your body for a moment. Notice what it feels like to feel connected, to feel grounded, to feel your breath. And as you start to notice what's going on in your body, please turn your attention to your root chakra. This is the space kind of at the bottom of your tailbone, the place where you connect to the ground. It's the lowest chakra. It's associated with things like your feet, your legs, your feeling of stability, your feeling of security. And notice it as a red light down near the base of your spine. Kind of imagine that in your body as you breathe and feel what that sensation feels like. What it feels like to be connected to the ground, to the earth, to the world. And if you need some support in engaging this, you can kind of scoop up your tailbone just a little bit. Kind of feel some sensation down below your belly button. That's also one of the locks we use in yoga to support our spine. And when that feels good and you feel like you're aware of it and comfortable with it, feel free to open your eyes. You can drop the mudra if you'd like. We're just going to start with some seated cat-cows. So on the inhale, round your shoulders back, chest lifts forward. Exhale, round your back. Do a couple more of these on your own breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. On the next breath, come back to neutral. And let's just do some ear to shoulder. So on the exhale, drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Inhale to center. Left ear, exhale. Inhale, center. Do 2 more on your own breath. Let's do 1 more for the heck of it. 1 more round, yeah. Just getting that neck warmed up, letting go of all the tension from the week. tabletop. So wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And take a second to feel just as grounded here as you did seated. So wide fingers. You're really feeling your palms, the space at between your thumb and your first finger is really connecting with the mat. Your fingers are pushing into the mat. On your back side, the knees really feel stable. They're wide so that they can support wherever your hip bones are. Our hip bones are actually a little further out than sometimes we think they are. And just take a couple of cat-cows here. So inhale, chest comes up, head comes up, heart lifts. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, belly to spine, round that back up. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, belly to spine. And come back to center. Widen your knees out so that they're just as wide as you need to open up and push back into child's pose. Stretch your arms out just however far they feel like going. Rock your hips back and forth as you settle into this. And sigh it out. Take a couple of breaths here. Feel your head connected into the mat if you have your forehead down perhaps. And if not, feel your hands, your knees, the tops of your feet. Feel what it feels like to just be grounded, connected. Feel what it feels like to just rest in the security of your mat. Knowing that you have enough right here, everything you need, you have in your body right now. On your next breath, come back to tabletop. And get up to standing however you would like. You can take a vinyasa if you'd like. You can walk your hands back, which is what I'm going to do, and kind of come up to standing. And standing on the mat, hands to heart center. And this time, feel your feet firmly in the mat. Look down, check your alignment. Make sure the outside edges of your feet are parallel. Imagine fitting two fists between your feet, making sure there's plenty of space for a stable base. And just kind of rock back and forth. Feel your feet, pick them up, put them down. Notice all four corners of your feet grounding, holding you, providing stability. And take your attention starting at your feet and pulling it all the way up to your head. Noticing some engagement in that root chakra. And you notice the sensation of your belly coming in towards your spine a little bit. Your heart open, your shoulders back, head tall. This connection and this alignment provides for just the energy that you need right now. And take a second to just set your intention. Think about what you would like to focus on today. Notice what you're feeling in your body right now. Notice what you're feeling in your heart. And just come to some awareness of where you're at in this time, in this space. The intention I offer for you is that of challenging fear, of rejecting the scarcity principle, the scarcity mindset, and just getting in the moment. I offer the mantra of I am present in my body. I am in control of my practice. When that feels complete, hands come down to standing, Tadasana, and feel some power and some groundedness here. Again, check your feet, make sure they feel stable, make sure they're wide, make sure they're supporting you. Roll your shoulders back, feel tall, feel powerful, feel grounded. the energy of the moon. We have a full moon coming up this weekend. It's a great time for a lot of exploration if you're into that kind of thing. And so today we're going to do some moon salutations to really support that. So your next inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bend over to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, step your left foot out wide. Come into a star. Toes are pointing towards the corners of your mat, so they're 45-degree angle. Just take an inhale and an exhale here. Roll your shoulders back, open your heart. On your next breath, arms come into goalposts. Squat down into goddess on the exhale. Take an inhale, and then another exhale. Inhale, back to star. Exhale, right foot turns forward, back foot remains perpendicular. Come into warrior two. Take a breath here, feel powerful. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, back to warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Exhale, come down, hand to your ankle or your shin or your block. Take a breath here. Inhale, turn your feet so they're both facing this way. Exhale, bring your knee down to a low lunge. Hands can come to a block or the ground, or they can come here to your thigh. Inhale, twist open. So this would be your left arm going up if your right foot is over here. It doesn't matter, we'll figure it out. Exhale, back down to the ground. Inhale, twist the other way. Exhale, back down to the ground. Take a second here, just breathe. Maybe you want to try coming up into a high lunge. That's cool if you want to, otherwise stay right here. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, settle into your hips. Inhale, exhale, hands down to the ground. Inhale, come back up to standing, and if you'd like to try some balancing, come onto your front leg, pull your back leg up, hold on to something, and come into half moon. Arm can come up if you'd like to. If you're super flexible, you can do some other stuff. We're not going to do that today, because it's all about being grounded. And when it feels complete, come back down to both of your legs being back in the star position, hands to the hips. Inhale, spine lifts, chest lifts. Exhale, bend at the hips, halfway. Inhale here, exhale, hands down to the ground. Wide-legged forward fold. You might want to move around a little bit here. Maybe move your legs back and forth. Maybe you want to bring your hands over to the side. Whatever helps you to stretch your body out and feel sensation. Just notice what it feels like to hang. Feel grounded in this way too. Feel your feet firmly on the ground, your whole body going down to the ground pretty much. And only if it feels right in your body. Feel free to take a couple of twists here as well. So you can open up the left arm and come back down. Open up the right arm. Come back down, exhale. Hands to hips. Flat back, rise up to standing. Arms come out to our star. Goalpost. Come down into goddess. Take a breath here. Come back up to star. Left foot turns out this way. Right foot remains perpendicular. Warrior two. If you did the other side, just do whichever side you need to balance out. Inhale, exhale, reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. I got a little lost, guys, so we're going to hang out here in warrior two for a second and trust that we need to feel a the power. Feel the balance here between both feet. Straighten your front leg. Left hand comes down to shin or ankle. Right arm is up high. Chest is open wide. Arms come down. Back foot turns so you can come down into a low lunge. Feel the power here for a second. Just breathe here for a minute. And then we're going to start our twists. Inhale. Up. Exhale down. Other side. Inhale, twist. Exhale down. Inhale. Arms come up. Take a little back bend. Really sink into your hips on the exhale. Hands come back down. This is where you can straighten up and come into another half moon if you'd like. Bring that back leg up. Hold on to something. And just hang out as long as you can. Feel what it feels like to be kind of silly. Balanced. Using what you need to stay stable. And then come back down into that wide-legged stance again. Hands on hips. Straighten that spine. Feel the energy come up. And on the exhale, forward fold just halfway. Inhale here again. Exhale all the way down. Again, you have some choices here. You can do our twists. You can hang around. You can move your arms to the left or the right. Whatever feels right in your body. Whatever helps you to feel connected, grounded. On the next breath, hands come to your hips. Pull that belly into spine to protect yourself. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands come back down to your sides. Actually, we're going to do star. And then next breath, they come to goalpost, down into one more goddess. Take a breath here. Exhale back to star. Step your feet together. Arms come up. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to center. And hands come back down to heart center. Take a second. Maybe you want to put your hands in the space of connection, heart and belly. Check your feet again. Widen them out however far you need to feel a base of security and support. Just notice what it feels like to have this in this moment. To feel so connected, so grounded, so assured. Notice how you do or don't have this in your day-to-day life. In what ways you might need to pull in some groundedness. Maybe move around in your body right now as you play around with that feeling of being connected, present, grounded. Sway a little bit. You can get kind of funky here and dance if you want to. But feel what it feels like to be present. We're going to do one more round of the moon salutation. And this time, just test the edges of what you did before. Maybe you go a little bit further, or you hold something for another breath, or maybe you trust yourself and don't hold it for all the breaths that I say, because guess who's the boss of you? Not me. So let's start again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Step out wide to the left. Star. Take a breath here. Exhale your hands into goalpost. Come down into goddess. Take a breath here. Inhale back to star. Right foot points out this way, left foot remains perpendicular. Warrior two. Maybe you need to widen your stance a bit to feel really grounded. If you do, do that. Front palm turns up. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, back to warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Hand comes down to shin or ankle. Left arm comes up. Come down into a low lunge, so back foot turns, so both of them are pointing forward. Come down onto your left knee. From here you can twist. Inhale, arm comes up. Exhale, down. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, down. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, down into your hip. Inhale, hands come back down to the ground. And here you have an option of taking half moon, so coming up into a high lunge, putting weight on that front leg, coming forward, grabbing onto your chair, your block, and play around with it if you'd like, or don't. You can simply come back here into a wide-legged forward fold. It's all about your practice, guys. Whenever you end up in a wide-legged forward fold, roll your shoulders back a couple of times. Really feel your heart open. Feel your feet grounded. Feel the alignment of energy from the bottom all the way to the top. Inhale, grow even taller. Exhale, halfway. Belly is to spine. Inhale here and exhale all the way down. And you can twist, you can move. Whatever feels right in your body. And this is the beauty of practicing being grounded. We get to know what our body needs, how we need to move it in a moment. And we can fill ourselves up in any moment rather than falling prey to scarcity. Oh, your next breath, hands to hips, belly to spine, straight flat back all the way up. Arms come to star. Take a breath here. Make your goalpost, come down into goddess. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back to star. Left foot turns out, right foot remains perpendicular. Widen it if you need to. Come into warrior two, gazing over that front middle finger. Front palm flips up. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale back to warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Left hand comes down to shin or ankle. Right arm goes up. Hand comes down. Both feet are pointing forward. Come down onto your right knee for a low lunge. And take a couple of twists. Open up one side. Exhale. Open up the other side. And exhale. Your next breath, inhale, both arms up. Exhale, sink into your hips. And arms come down on the next breath. You can take half moon on this side if you like. Straighten back up or come up to a high lunge. Put some weight in that front leg and come up if you want to. Play around with your hands. Open up wide. Open your chest as wide as it can go. And when it feels complete, come back down to our wide-legged stance. Hands at the hips. Grow really tall. Belly to spine. Forward fold with that flat back. Take a breath here. And exhale, hands to the ground. It's your last chance to try something maybe you wanted to try. Maybe it was a twist. Maybe you wanted to ragdoll your arms. Maybe you wanted to bind your hands behind your back. Play around with it for a second. Whatever you feel like you need in this last one. Hands come down to the ground again. Take another breath. Hands to hips, belly to spine, flat back, bring yourself up. Star arms. And goddess, last time, goalpost them and come down. Back up into star. together. Arms up. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. And hands to heart center. Check in with yourself again. Maybe close your eyes if you would like. Turn your attention inward. Notice what was different between this round and the last. In what ways you were able to be even more grounded, more in your body than before. Take a second to get grounded again if you need. Take a sip of water if you need. Part of being grounded is just to get connected with your body, to notice what you need, to honor your right to be here, to be present, to be safe. And then as that feels complete, I want to invite you to come into some balancing poses. We're going to practice seeing what it feels like to wiggle around on one leg a little bit, to find our balance in the midst of that, and to be grounded regardless of what we do. So inhale, arms come up. Exhale into a chair pose. So just drop your hips down a little. Perfect, beautiful. And just hang out here. It doesn't always feel so comfortable. So pull in your belly to spine. Really feel your feet in the ground. Come up when you need to. Come down when you need to. But the goal is to find your center in this. To find that space where you feel grounded, secure, and stable. And on your next breath, bring your left leg up. And see if you can balance here for a second. Maybe you need to hold on to it. Maybe you can have your hands in the air, either way. And on the next exhale, take your left leg and curve it around your right thigh. So I'll show you what it looks like here. Perfect. Now, you can hang out here. You can squat down a little bit if you want to. The goal is to balance just a tiny bit. And if Cooper and Finney want to get kind of funky, they can take their left arm under their right arm for eagle arms. We're getting twisty like a pretzel. And when that feels complete, unwind and come into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, so that flat back again. Exhale, one more forward fold. Inhale into a chair pose again. Belly to spine. Feel your balance there. And come back up to standing. Beautiful. Love it. Okay, now the other side. So inhale, arms come up. Exhale, coming down into that chair pose again. Find your balance once more. If you need to bounce around, move around a little bit. Now, let's see which way I do last time. So we're in chair. So right leg comes up. See if we can balance on our left leg. Just hang out there as long as you want. But whenever you're ready to try eagle, take your right leg and wrap it around your left. This one is my weak one, guys. But it's okay. You gotta practice being grounded on both sides. Right arm can come under left arm if you want to get funky with eagle arms. Whoops. You come out of it, embrace the wobble, and go back. And when that feels complete, unwind and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, belly to spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up into chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. I see a little head there. I'm loving it. Okay, so we're going to try one more balancing pose here. So everybody's probably familiar with tree. Tree can be here. Yeah. Tree can be here. Tree can be here. Tree can be way up here. Tree cannot be here. Do not put it on your knee. And wherever it feels comfortable, let's go for it. We can dance in tree. your left thigh or left ankle is pushing into your right foot so that there's a balance being created. You'll find a spot where you're like, oh wow, I'm not wobbling anymore. You can certainly grow your tree, you can dance your tree. We can make up a new children's TV show. And embrace the wobble, come down whenever you'd like to, and shake your feet out. Tap them against the ground, pick them up, put them down. Feel all four corners. Move around in your body. And let's take it to the other side. So again, tree can be here. Tree can be here. Tree can be here. Not here. So bring it back down to that space where you're feeling harmony. You're feeling right meets left. You're feeling both sides of your energy pushing against one another. And you notice, oh wow, for a second I'm not wobbling. You can grow your tree. Do whatever you want with your arms. You can hold a baby with your tree. And whenever you feel complete, feet come down, stomp them out, jump up and down if you want to. Oh, just check in with your body for a second. Notice what it feels like to be silly and playful. Notice what it feels like to try and balance on one foot. Notice what it feels like to create balance in your life and how that's a part of grounding. That we can't feel grounded when our lives are completely unbalanced. When that feels complete, let's come down to the mat on our hands and knees, however you'd like to get there. Let's come into tabletop position for just a second as we bring it down to the ground. And as you notice what it feels like to have your hands connected into the mat, those fingers wide, four corners of your hands, which is kind of the space between, the meaty portion between your thumb and your first finger. There's a couple other points, but that one will be a great one to focus on. That's where most of your weight should be. Come back into one more child's pose. So legs go wide, and we just drop down. Feeling our third eye connected with the mat. Feeling ourselves resting on the ground, just charging energy into the ground. Letting it all slide off of you. Take it down to the earth. And when that feels complete, come all the way down onto your stomach. So this will look like, hopefully you can see me, this will look like hands are here beside our shoulders. Feet are out wide. And we kind of get comfy. If it doesn't feel so comfy, you can kind of bring your hands under your chest if that gives you a little bit of support. But we're just going to do, let's see, which one do we want to do? Let's do some half lotus. So how we're going to do this is on the inhale, my right arm and my right leg come out. And exhale down. Inhale, left arm, right leg come out. Exhale down. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale down. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale down. Do 2 more rounds of this on your own breath. Down to the ground and just lay your cheek on the ground or lay down your hands. Just kind of use yourself as a pillow. Use your hands as a pillow or your mat as a pillow. And again, just notice that sensation of being held, of being connected to the earth, of being grounded. And on your next breath, you can push yourself up and back and come around to where you're seated. Your knees are bent, feet in front of you. Take a second if you need some water, or you need to check in with yourself. And when that feels good, come down like we're going to go start bridge. So laying down on the ground, knees bent, feet there. Pull them as close to your seat as you can. That will help to create a stable base in your feet to push up to bridge. Roll your shoulders back so that really the tops of your shoulder blades are pushed into the mat, creating a stable base there. And on your next breath, hips are just going to rise up. Hands can be on the ground. You're creating a little bit of sensation of a lift, of a stretch. And when it feels like enough, bring it back down to the ground on the exhale. Do it 2 more times. Inhale, hips come up. You can take maybe a breath or 2 here if you'd like. And on an exhale, they come back down. One last time. Inhale, you can bring them up as far as you'd like them to go. Maybe push them a little bit higher. And exhale, they come back down to the ground. Here's an option. If you have a yoga block handy, you can take a restorative pose like we did last week. So hips come up. You place the block right under your sacrum. So kind of that spot kind of between your low back and the tops of your glutes. And you can just hang out here for a couple of breaths, really feeling everything release. Realizing how close this is to your root chakra and how much gets gummed up here, how much can kind of be off here, and how that creates that sense that everything else is off, because it's the base, it's the start of everything. Keep breathing it out. Imagine all that extra energy flowing out your feet and into the mat. When that feels complete, you can remove the block and come back down to the ground and hug your knees into your chest and just roll around for a sec. Then feet come back down, and we're going to cross the left over the right. So it's like your left calf will come to rest on your right thigh. And this might be enough sensation. If it is, leave it here for a hip opener. If it's not, you can take your left hand and gently push on your thigh to create more of an opening. Or you can take your hands and lace them around your right leg and bring that one up. Only go as far as the sensation takes you. Once you're feeling sensation, hang out there for a couple of breaths. And you can flex your feet if you'd like. Maybe you notice your hips are tighter than they were last time you did this. Maybe they're looser. Just consider what might be going on in your life, what you might be holding on to that is creating some of those feelings of not being grounded. Breathe as you imagine it flowing out your body. When that feels complete, you bring your feet back down to the mat and switch legs. Same deal. Start with the first position, just see where you're noticing sensation and increase sensation until you feel like it's enough. Maybe you notice on this side, you can pull one of your legs straight up into the air. That creates more sensation. Or maybe you notice it's a little looser, a little tighter than the other side. There's lots of things our body tells us about our emotions, about our trauma, about our recovery, about our world. And it starts with stopping and getting curious about what's going on from the left to right side, from the top to bottom. Just noticing. And when that feels complete, feet come down to the mat. And come back up to seated for just a moment. And we're just going to take one final forward fold. This one is going to be with our legs outstretched. So tailbones are really firm on the mat. Spine is tall and straight. We create that by pulling in, belly to spine, rolling shoulders back, feeling the energy like we're a staff We're conducting electricity. Feet flexed. You might feel no sensation here. If not, you can bring your hands up and then start to hinge at the hips with a flat back until you start to feel yourself rounding. And then just stop there and breathe. And then exhale, your hands to your toes maybe. Maybe you can bend all the way over. I cannot today for sure. That's okay. Just notice what it might mean. Notice where you are, be where you are. Maybe rock around a little bit. Maybe let your head bend over. Come back up to your staff position. And now you're going to take your right leg, bend it, and cross it over the left. So a little bit of a twist here. Very, very gentle twist. If this is enough sensation for you, stop there. If not, you can bend your left leg over and create kind of a twisty pretzel situation. You can twist a little bit here. Wherever you're feeling the sensation, it's your body. You know what kind of twist feels right for you. So just notice that and honor that. After about 3 breaths, exhale and unwind. Stretch your legs out. Left leg comes over right this time. Again, see if it's enough sensation there. You might feel a twist just doing this, just twisting a little bit here. Ooh, actually on this side I feel much more sensation this way, so I'm going to hang out here. You can totally bend the other leg, twist up really good there if you want to, but honor where you're feeling sensation. After about 3 breaths, you can unwind here again. This is the one optional inversion I was saying. So if you're not going to take it, just hang out here, stay connected with your body, and just notice what you're feeling. If you'd like to put legs up a wall, go ahead and feel free to mosey on over there. And if you would not like to do any of that today, just do what you feel like doing. So hang out here for a couple of breaths. If you want to get into a shoulder stand or plow or something like that, feel free. It's your inversion. Whatever makes your body feel good. Feel everything that's gotten gummed up and stuck in your root chakra, your feet, and everything that builds your basis of security and safety. Imagine it just flowing down like a cascade of energy, flowing through the rest of your chakras, with your crown chakra, surrendering it to the universe, to the moon, to the higher power, whatever your entity is. Just releasing it, letting it go, letting it flow out, and creating openness, bravery, courage. Leaving space for your chakras to operate as they need to. And when that feels complete, you move your legs back down. I'm just going to take one more observation of what's going on and do a quick shavasana. So get ready to go into shavasana. Maybe you want a pillow under your legs or something, or under your head, whatever you need. Get comfy, but take a second to just take up anything else that is blocking you, holding you back, creating scarcity, fear. Really visualizing that and all the energy it brings with you. And on the inhale, tightening your whole body up, tensing up, digging out everything from your muscles you still need to let go. And exhale, letting it out. Relaxing everything into the mat. Taking one final breath and floating away into Shavasana. Start to bring a little bit of awareness back into your fingers and toes as you prepare to roll over onto one of your sides. Right side if you're looking for more peace and relaxation, left if you need to be energized. Curling up into the fetal position, leaving your eyes closed as you gently re-enter the world. Coming up to seated, possibly with your eyes still closed, a soft re-entry back. Just take a second to notice your body. Notice how it feels as opposed to the beginning of the practice. Notice what you're still holding on to or what you're feeling the absence of. And I want you to imagine down at your root chakra, that space around your tailbone, that you have kind of a dole right